Alright, it looks like we're live. Let me just make sure. Yep, looks like it. Change my sound settings here. Okay, great. Is my title correct? Yes, it is. Awesome. Cool. So today I am playing against Mikito on OGS. I am just making a challenge right now. And then when the game is done, we're going to review it together. So you'll be able to see that as well. Let's see. Send challenge. End games with me. Main time, 15 minutes. Don't want too much of a rush. I definitely want to be able to think through my moves. Ranked. Port size, handicap. Disable analysis. Send challenge. Okay. Sending a challenge your way. I'm really excited. So, we've done one streamer battle before. And I lost, but it was, I think, a pretty close game. I don't even remember if I resigned or not, but like most of the game felt like I was keeping up. And there were a lot of interesting things in the review to look over and learn from. So I'm excited for a little rematch here. I know he's been playing more than me on. Let me make sure I got the right window here. It seems like I don't. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Great. What was I going to say? I know he's been playing more than me, but I have been trying to play a lot more live than I typically do this week. So the hope is that I am in the right mindset. Of course, as always. Yep. And we're hoping we can find someone else to review the game when we're done. Shall see. He's not in on this, so he can't hear he's not in on the stream, so he can't hear my thoughts as far as I know. So I will be talking and thinking out loud. I won't be paying too much attention to the chat, but I will check in periodically. What kind of game do I want to play today? I've been doing the high orthodox a lot lately. Trying to integrate it into my knowledge. So I'll play it. I'll play what I've been playing. In fact, if you saw my last stream, you probably saw this opening a bit as well. Okay, no reason to do anything crazy. Pretty basic. so far. I think white owes me one more move. Maybe not. I think white's fine if they tanuki. But yeah. So this variation aims to utilize some Aji at D17. But I don't know if I have to immediately respond to it. If I play here, I mean, you can imagine a stone here, which I have to respond to, then another stone helps white curve around. It makes black a little slower getting into the middle if there's a fight here. So I could keep pushing. I think I will, but I expect to see him use this Aji. And then I will just need to read. Yep, exactly. So because of that, I can't be too aggressive here. Because that, into that, into that. I hope you can see that. So instead, I will go here. I'm giving up some initiative. But also, I'm building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6th line territory. He's going to push again. We'll go one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if he pushes again, I'll do a 1 space. I didn't expect him to take it that far. But I mean, it works well with this, so I'm not mad about it. I would love to be able to turn at H13. I wouldn't do that immediately just because I'm already like this is pretty stable. So it feels like it could be a little much. Okay, here, if I pincer, white has R16, in which, or against which I can answer at Q16 or R14. How does it look? It looks like but I mean, getting a wall facing this, I could do it. But also, look, I have nothing on the other side of the board. So I could also just tanuki. But here, too, if I end up with Sente being able to, like, go this way, or, yeah. I'm actually gonna... I want to ignore. I want to play this, and I want to play this. And I want to 3. So... getting something over here feels important. Excellent. That sounds good. Yeah, so my reason for playing away is I already have a lot of stones up here. These two are pretty strong, even with this stone here. And I don't want white to take too much initiative over here. I don't really want to have to play that game where I like just have to survive. Like I could do it, it's wide open, but I'd rather get some say in what goes on over here first. D13 is important Aji as well. Especially with the helping stone. So like if I can get Sente out of this position, Oh, do I remember this variation? So I'm thinking here. Yeah, I've done it enough time. It's just been a while since I've done this variation, but I know it's in my like muscle memory to a degree. We'll see if he does the complicated variation. There's D3 to D4 to E3 cut. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you haven't caught my stream before, I usually stream on Tuesday evenings around 7 to 10. So far, it's just been me playing live Go, but I want to be doing more like pro game reviews and stuff later on too, working on some like beginner to intermediate educational content. I don't feel like I'm good enough to teach, but I'm still gonna try a little bit of it. Okay, so this already hurts what he was building. Again, I'm looking at this Aji. Here to here to here to fix to come out. If he plays here, there's this like liberty fight going on over here. But it'd be pretty big for me to get a move at C9 or probably C9 looks nice. I would love that. So if I play here again and then he plays out, then I can attack G3 with something like this. Yeah, I'm going to be patient on this. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. What if I did H13 and then if he Hanes, then play D13? That'd be pretty sick. I honestly think that'd be really painful for white. Okay, so if I play at D9, maybe white will protect D13. But then that makes that a little tougher, yeah. Especially if I respond to that contact. If I respond to that contact with contact, making that stone stronger, then I lose some of the value of that Aji. So I need to be careful. Hi. So he's got this like huge thing over here, and I'm trying to figure out how to I don't know, weaken it. But I have this whole like thing up here, which is nice. Okay, so I could just like let him have some space here to gain attacking initiative on this side, but I'd really need to make sure it counted in order to make up for all this. So I could also like come around, establish. We'll see. Let me think through this. I'm using a lot of time too. Here. Defends again. This would be big. I've got 4 stones versus this stone though. Let's see what happens. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this choice. Because I might lose my chance to play like d9 or d10. Like k3 might not be asking for enough. Because imagine white playing e7 to f6 and then just like building. Okay, so here to here, then to here, to here, jump out. And I'm already low on time. I can do this once. Jump out this way. And then fight. So since I have two groups here in pretty intense territory and like a high temperature area of the board, I'm gonna make a base as quick as I can so that I only have to like really manage one of the groups. But I really don't want white to play e7, which makes... I'll have to review. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look at some different choices there. But here we are. Here we are. I hope he uses some more of his clock. Okay. Would this be stronger? This feels more passive. Here, probably like jumps out, and then I start playing here. Play here, and then jump out this way. And then as white is getting pushed this direction, I'm making some territory here. Wow, I'm like really like jittery. I think b18 helps if I want to make this cut later. How far is too far? Okay. This is going to help me play g9. And then I think I've like pushed his stones down enough that that this exchange becomes okay for me. Okay. Because he is safe from this. Black, white, black. Well, black, white, black. Black, white, black, white, black. Maybe I can make that cut. And then just how's the health of this group is the question after that. So if I go through here, then it's this like versus this. So let me jump out one more time. That looks good. I can look at like if he protects this, then I'm looking at a double approach, a 3-3, or this move, or the h13. H13 would be pretty big. All right. Do I make the cut then? Like, I think I just do it now, right? Okay, one move to strengthen, and then cut, unless there's something that I'm not reading. If he... Wow, he didn't defend it. Maybe he has a plan. No. White, black, white, black. I see. It doesn't actually work. I need one more stone. That's too bad. Well, I'm glad I didn't play it. So push down one time. Here to here to here. I think this is creating some possible weaknesses in the wall here too. It looks pretty strong actually. So we're looking at 5th line territory versus 6th line territory up here, and that's kind of exciting actually. Like that's an interesting dynamic. Here just actually strengthens him. But something like this, if he hanes to here, to here, to here, I guess there's not really actually that much. Actually, maybe there is. Okay, we're going to save that. Push here one more time. Or threaten to cut. Yep. Do I need to respawn? I think I'm actually okay. This looks strong though. Because I can separate, I think, this to this to, and then I can cut. So if he plays a diagonal and to 6, then can I get out? Don't want to push on a link. Unless here... Okay, I'm pretty fine with that because I can keep him separated pretty cheaply. That doesn't cost me much at all. Hey, thanks Bug Kitten for the follow. Appreciate you. I'm picturing a cat-sized bug. I'm also picturing a bug-sized cat. I'm also picturing a cat with like beetle wings. That's kind of cute in its own way. Then he's out and he's fine, but still attackable. So yeah, we'll connect back. What kind of dangers is my group in? I can get out. Okay, if I play here and he plays there, then I play here, I can just fix that, right? Yeah, I need to not get swallowed up, basically. So here to here. There's a ladder. Okay. This is interesting, isn't it? Here to... No, because then he goes there, I come out and he protects. And then that's like, well, no. I come out, I have this nice like empty triangle cut. Oh, that looks so aggressive, but like this would be the time to do it. Also, unless I need more strength before I do that, I think. This would make this worth more. Hold up. Aji. Here. If he hanes, what am I seeing? Then that's a threat. This becomes a threat if he hanes here. But I think he would play G11. And then if I played here, he'd play there.
10, 9, 8, 7.
We're doing this, but I'm looking at L8. L8 would be so... It's such a rude play. Like, in a good way. I should save it. Maybe that's like my main thing I'm working on right now is timing of using Aji. I actually think H13 would have been better. I'm going back and forth. I think H13 to G11 to G10 seems like stronger shape for me. Because of that. Now, the Aji I was thinking about doesn't quite. Maybe it does.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
This is alive. I'm pretty sure it's alive. It at least needs like... It's got potential here and here and here. So
8, 7.
I can be a little more aggressive here, and I'm going to be. He would defend this. Then I play here, and then he's getting really good profit on the left side, but I can cut through here.
6, 5.
I don't love it. It feels like I'm giving him too much. But because... No, if I go here and he just plays there, we just have to play it out. I think sometimes, like, if you see it, you just need to, like... You need to give it a chance and just see if it actually works. Like, see if you were right about your instinct. But, like, that right side is huge. My bottom side doesn't equate the right side if white's group lives in the middle. So if white properly protects and stays connected, what would that be? Maybe like L11. So what if I do this right now? What happens? Do this first.
10, 9,
And my shape doesn't look great.
7.
But I'm connected down here. Am I not? Maybe one extra move here to be safe. Because there's some, like, tricky stuff that could happen with this. So, let's say N6, for example. If I play, well, I think it'd be fine. I think this is actually kind of scary for white. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I see that though.
10, 9, 8.
Do I want to use a period? That went by really fast.
5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna use a period. Okay.
4 periods left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Okay, let's look for my own eye space over here. So threat here, here. I can make some space in here. If I play at B2, that's tough because yeah, so I have F2 threatening to link underneath, but moves like H3 would... I'd have to protect over here. Okay. I hate that. Yeah, how ugly that is. It's really ugly.
4 periods
Right,
left.
right, 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 right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So I have to be careful to not like accidentally push him into good shape, you know, because that is something that could happen. Let me just need to think about this. Go up, then he protects. Then I'm trying to create more Aji for forcing moves this way. I can come down here, but then he just, he just connects here. Yeah, it doesn't actually work. So there's my
10,
space.
9,
There's my
8,
space.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Here to there would be interesting. But then I don't want to get, like, if he fixes this, if I force him into fixing that, that would be pretty rough. Mm-hmm. 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 1, 2, 3. I'd have to come out quite a few times over here. So did I just push him into living shape, basically? Because, like, how silly would that be?
10,
Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6.
I think I should push here. E9. Here. Then D10. There's something there. There's something risky there. But first, like, play. Yeah. I see.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
If I play here and then he plays here and then I play there, it cuts through. This Audrey becomes worse. I should take more forcing moves right now also. Well, okay. But not in a way that, like, hurts my Liberty Race. This would give me 1 eye. 1. So I just need 1 more. That's really not that bad. But I need to, like, kind of play in the right order. F11 was first. Maybe. Here, then here. If he pushes down and I go this way, down and I go this way, there's some force moves here, but he can protect them. So let's see. So b2 gives me one eye, and then I just need one up here. So I think I'd be fine after. The reason I want to do this is because just in case there's like some crazy end game. So do that once. What if he does this and I do this, then he does that? That's not an eye. So I should play. That'd be too nice.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Then I just need one more
2.
here. This one or this one? Or this one? Do that one. He'll play d1 and then I can go make my other eye. No, because he can play there. No, that'd be fine. So if I can stay connected here.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'll just like make him finish this shape. I'm not sure exactly why I did that. I think it was for like one more, like a little more space up here. But I don't want to just do that, you know what I mean?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Can you just push through there? I just want to end up with the initiative so I can, and just stay connected. Like I really need to stay connected here.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
That's so passive. Because now he takes at g7.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
So I'm not going to die. That's good. I need to start looking at the rest of the board. So if I play here, and then if he like hanes, I could play here and then like try to push out, but I end up having to connect. So that wouldn't be good, pulling that out. That's the move I would have played. That's good. Because now he's alive for sure. So we just like white gets some points. It got about like 10 points out of that. I got not very many.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Mm.
3, 2.
Excuse me. This is to ask if I can pull out that stone. And then also to ask if I can attack this over here. It's a very big right side, remember? So,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
it doesn't actually work.
10.
That would have been really cool. I thought it would. But that means this will work. Just an extra forcing move that way. I'm going to take the 3-3. And then we have a battle for the top, and it's like, can I use this Aji on the left, basically? Like, can I do anything to subtract from all of this? Here, I probably won't end up with Sente.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'd like to protect up here. I just damaged this group. Guess what, guys? I can die over here now. That is rough. And then S5. I just needed to read that out, like literally just like, you know how the variation goes. So just read it out. It's not like I had to read out like 8 moves, you know what I mean? Because now I'm like pretty big trouble. R5 might have worked. Also, I should have read R5. Probably not. Yeah, I know. He's got 4 liberties. If he comes over, then yeah. So I do need to defend that. Play like this. Then I'm looking at a threat at P5 to cut through, and then like trying to make an eye right in here. But that doesn't look great. Please let me cut through. No, because then you go here, the here connected. That's all messed up. That is all messed up, my dude. If I play here, plays there. If I play here, it's like, here, and then go there, there. Then it's solid.
7, 6, 5,
Hmm.
4, 3, 2.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I'll resign soon. Probably. No, I can get out. I can get out. Wow. Freaking tunnel vision, right? I could get out. And then he's like, remember, you could have got out. Sorry, I can get kind of mean to myself. I'm trying not to be that way. But
8, 7, 6, 5.
this game gets frustrating, you know? And then, yeah. I could have got out. I could have just left. I could have just got out. I could have just jumped out. Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Three periods left.
So I just lost all of that. So it's that and that versus this, unless like unless what? Unless like
9,
here.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
You know, just like silly. If some miracle happens over here, then I'd see it worth playing off. So I'll just like test it. I'm not gonna waste too much of his time with it, but I will test this and I'll just say, hey, what's going on over here? Okay, but best variation here, down, down, down. You just covers and where am I going? Yeah.
10, 9,
Is this big enough to make up
7,
for the
6, 5,
middle and left?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it anywhere close? And is there something I'm not seeing?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's okay. Here's my justification. This is just big enough that if something funky happened over here, I'd maybe still be in the game. With the reduction at S8, you know, if he lets all that go or something like that. Because it was bad Aji. Like, he totally should have fixed it. So we're just going to check it. I think that's fair. Just check the Aji. No. Yeah, because I didn't have a stone here. There, and then he takes it, and then I go here, and then he's
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
just take it. You take well if you go. here, and then he just takes either one, and then that's not an Atari, you know? Here, he takes, I play here, I play here, and, you know, what is there? Because I'm not going to get enough liberties here. I'll just show you the kinds of things that are worth looking at just because it's interesting, you know what I mean? But yeah, cool. Thank you, sir. All right. Cool. Cool. So I thought that fight was going to go better for me at the beginning. It looked better. Apparently, computer's like, yeah, you were actually never doing better. And I think it's just because the white side on the left was too big. So I needed to jump in earlier. But Mikito and I are going to review this. So if you want to stick around and get our thoughts, that'll be great. I'm definitely interested in seeing what he says. Here's a Zoom link. And let me know if his voice is coming through on the stream. We don't need that. Sorry. Move tab to a new window. Okay. Join with computer audio. Hello.
Be right back.
Okay, yeah, no hurry. Let me turn up my computer audio. And then when he's back, you should be able to hear him. So it was an interesting game. I definitely, was really silly there at the end. I just got really zoomed in, which happens to me a lot. But I at least think there was an interesting situation, and I think given more time, I think if I hadn't used up so much of my time so fast and could have thought through a little bit more of that, I would have done better at least. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this window. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And we'll review it together. I'm just going to go through really quickly on my own. To me, I think the point of the most important point here, yeah, was that maybe I should have just left this. It looks like AI doesn't like a direct cut here, but because that cut is there, then playing in this area kind of works. So that's interesting. You back?
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You guys can't hear the music I was playing, right?
I can't.
Okay. All right, cool.
Hey,
So
good game. Thank you.
yeah, thank you for the game.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts on the game?
Yeah, and I quickly peeked at a little bit of the AI review, but my main thought was that I thought the fight that I started at the bottom, I felt more confident going into it than of course at the end. I liked my setup for it and was feeling good about it. Was feeling good about my logic. But I was also aware that it was going to have to make up for how big the left side of the board was. And so I think there was a little bit too much pressure on that fight to have to go well for black in order to have a successful game. Whereas, my last thought was just doing something about the left side earlier before you got before you got D7 in. When you played D7, it was I definitely should have been somewhere there before. But so those are my main thoughts. Initially.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I can do is open up a review if you want, and I'll put in my 2 cents.
Review
and if you want
started.
to, if there's something you want to talk about, we can go over it. And There was
Sounds perfect.
definitely, obviously, it was about the big fight, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and there's something we can look at using the Joseki tools, just because I'm not the best at what happened in the bottom left, but let's talk about it. I think all your moves were fine. I think every single one of these decisions are fine. One piece of advice I can give you, like Tang Ji told me to use this more often just because it's more simpler.
Uh-huh.
But in this case, where you have a big wall facing here,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be much more useful to play this. On the other hand, yeah,
I see.
Raven's teachings
Mm-hmm.
says that if you have a stone over here in the corner, then this will be more useful, right? And yeah, I'm sure you can see you're just like improving your wall, right? You're just building a larger wall this way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just like double down on that, basically.
Yeah, and even if white, so let's say like it settles here, right, and black approaches, which this is a very nice, what I would call like a three-dimensional opening. If you're a fan of building,
Yeah.
then I like this style. But even if white like just takes your corner, what you do is you increase the sacrifice, and then black
Yeah.
has to, I mean, white has to spend all the moves to take it, and then black clearly
I still have
has a very
Senpai.
strong, yeah, has a very strong uh walls and like building, and maybe you'd
Yeah,
go down here now or something, but
for sure. That
yeah.
definitely looks stronger though, for sure.
Yeah, so with your two stones on the side, I think most strong players will tell you to this would probably work out better. um are you familiar with this one? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah, I know.
attached to a lot, so
Yeah, yeah, I know that you can go either way. Um I just like, yeah, just tends to be
yeah.
the one I do more often.
This one
But yes.
definitely settles a lot easier, and I like it myself because it's just simple. I like to play simple stuff. But in this case, where I definitely had a two-stone wall, I would want to make this area more important.
For sure. Yeah.
Um,
And were you aware, like, when you started pushing this way, you were looking at the Aji at D17, right? To help you, like, curve around?
so when I played like this attachment here,
At D14.
D14, D14. Oh, just in general, just D14,
Yeah,
or
like,
sorry,
okay,
C14.
so in that variation,
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
um,
here, this one.
this, yeah, like, as far as I know, this is looking to, like, use the fact that you can put a stone on D17, and then I
Yep.
only have two liberties on the D16 group. So, and that's
Yeah.
why I pushed out so many times after this.
Yeah, I think this was fun. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. If we had a stronger player who's willing to help us review, somebody in your comments, please consider
Yeah.
helping us out. It not only
Oh,
helps
sure.
us, but it helps everybody in the stream.
Yeah. Thanks for
But
saying that. Yeah.
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 But what I want to say is
Mm-hmm.
that I think it's fine for both players.
Okay.
Black has a much stronger grasp of a Moyo, and white still doesn't have an enclosure here. And
Right.
so yours is actually more solid than mine at the moment. So I think this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we use the AI and go to move 23, which I have a double tab and you can't see the dual tab,
I see.
but I mean, I can just tell you outright. We're looking at it, white's only up by 1 point in score. So it doesn't feel like black has made any mistakes. Because of Comey, white's up by 0.5 in the beginning.
Yeah.
So if I'm only beating you by 1 point, this game still could be anybody's game.
So
And
good.
I don't think you made any mistakes. Also, using AI, let me just see really quick.
Yeah.
D14 was correct. And then normally the computer is telling you, instead of worrying about E14, this is a 0.5 mistake, which isn't really that big in my opinion.
Nah.
But the computer is saying like these are like normal Joseki moves, and
Okay.
then the blue move is this one because we have a
Interesting.
corner that hasn't been played on yet, right?
Uh-huh.
So we have a corner here, we got a corner here, we got a corner here. This is settled for now. Black's not in any trouble. And so now, usually, fundamental opening theory is we finish the corners first, right? So
Yeah.
um, the computer wants you to play like something like this, or maybe for you something more normal would be an approach, right? So
I guess, yeah. So yeah.
so I'm assuming your question was like should I have kept pushing this way? And the answer is when you played this, yes, you need to 100% do that. Because if you play anything now and I just get
Yeah.
this is too good,
Well,
right?
and E15 looks even better than F14. For you, for white, if I leave it.
Well, if you like play somewhere else and then I play something like this actually isn't that efficient in my opinion.
I was talking about if I played E14.
Oh, if you
That
played E14.
Yeah, that you cutting at E15 first is good because of the D17 Aji,
I mean, I don't
right?
feel this way, but I could be wrong. Like, let's say if it went like this,
And then you take you
you know,
get
what
all the corners.
what is yeah, what is white gonna do? White's gonna get a
I guess is
corner,
that
but
not
you have
much?
yeah,
Okay,
you
I
have
see.
a lot of influence. And it's kind of like if you just gave this away in the first place, right? Like it's really not that
Oh,
bad
I
as long
see
as
what
you
you're
have the
saying.
outside
I
influence.
definitely see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Cool. Can we go
Yeah.
back to
So
where that corner was resolved and then I think your next move was R13? Because at that point we were still pretty even, correct?
R13. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So at this point, yeah, we're still pretty even. I actually would be probably more comfortable with black than white right now, but honestly, it's just by a point. And then, yeah, normally we would want to enclose the corner. Like if I enclose the corner here, this would be really nice for white.
Sure.
Um,
So why didn't you?
it's because this group can come over on this side. So let's say if I play this and you play this, and then what do I do? Should I attach? Should I kick? Should I jump back? Either way, it feels like you got a really nice approach here, and then you kind of take the momentum of the game. You're taking, it feels like you're taking Sente in a really nice way. So if I come back here and Gote, which isn't a bad idea at all, I'm sure it's even probably the
Right.
computer's preferred move.
Uh-huh.
But the idea is that I wanted to keep the momentum in my favor. So by playing something like this, now this feels much more comfortable for me, and there's a defects for you, and then we
Yeah.
just move on, right? So then you get
Sure.
the next move,
Sure.
and then I can handle whatever you're gonna play next, right?
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's fair.
this was
That
my
makes sense.
this was
It's
my
faster.
thinking. Really quick. I'll just look at the computer so that we have like the computer's answer. Funny enough, the computer wants white to play here now.
Oh, just
And it
link the stones, link the wall.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
and it makes sense because you're just grabbing a lot of points. This was a 0.8 negative mistake, so it is considered a mistake. But for personal
I guess,
preference,
yeah. I barely pay if it's not more than like one or two
mhm,
for a human, then I'm
mm.
not too worried about it, you know.
Yeah, me too. When I would use AI Sensei, I would keep it either at 1 or I would put it to 3, and like be like anything over 3 is a major mistake, anything over 1 is a minor mistake.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, sure.
but yeah, just using the computer's logic, this is a negative 0.8.
Okay.
But this
I
is
get
why I
it
played
though.
it. So
Okay.
so I played this and you played this, and then this is where
This is a big
maybe
point.
yeah, maybe you don't know the Joseki and I don't know the Joseki. I don't know how familiar you are with it.
Which
I
one?
know that
Oh,
this
just
one
from here.
here,
From here.
yeah,
I
just
play
from here.
C3 all the time.
Okay, so
So I'm pretty familiar with that, though I what I'm used to a lot of times. I guess I haven't seen it played as much anymore, but then is the crosscut at D3 and then D4. It's this whole thing. It's kind of complicated,
mm,
but I know that one. Anyways, yeah, go on.
okay.
Go on with your thought.
I'm I'm just using since I don't know the perfect like Joseki here, I was figured you since I can't show on your Twitch like or your stream, yeah,
Right.
Twitch.
Right.
Yeah, you can use the Joseki button to set it up if you want. But from my own thoughts, I mean, I think what you did was perfectly fine. I think this one move is a little weird. But I don't know the actual move. So
E6.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
maybe you play this and then white plays this or this, but the idea still stands where you just get strong and then you can counterattack.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't.
I'm fairly certain, rather than B2, that coming out in some manner is more common. Hold on. Let me. OGS.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just loaded
Oh,
the
you
Joseki
did.
button. I guess this is
Okay.
the normal Joseki. So I
That
knew
one.
that this
Okay.
was weird because it just looked weird to me. But yeah, this
Gotcha.
one's the normal. Um, and then it can keep going, but the idea still remains the same, right? All you're trying to do is get strong and split these two up.
Yeah.
From my own personal learning, nowadays it's more modern for white to just play this after.
I've seen that too.
This is a very old school one that I, recognized before the AI, right? It
Yeah.
would
It's
go
kind of a
something
tried
like
and
this.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um, that's weird.
Anyways, yeah. Well, either way, my idea was to counterattack the G3 stone and try to take initiative on the bottom. But I think that decision, like the direction of play, to kind of like actually let you get a little stronger on the left, just in order to start a fight, feels like a mistake. That feels like the first, like the prime mistake for me in the like
Yeah,
story of the game, you know?
let's yeah, I can see yeah, the computer said that this was a negative 1.7 mistake and that it preferred you really just to go over here, which is, it makes
Yeah,
sense in
I
some
was seeing
light
that.
because
Yeah,
if white has to like respond, you just get one extra move, right? Which makes you stronger.
for sure.
Um, so
Well,
that's cool.
and anyone who was watching in the chat knew I was like looking at D13 when we were done with the top left corner situation. I thought, especially if I turned at H13, that the potential to cut at D13 meant there was like hella Aji in that area, whether it was a direct cut or the peep like the computer is showing.
Yeah, if you ended up playing something like this, I probably would have
Yeah,
backed off or played
yeah,
something like this.
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
But anyway, for your
So
game,
yeah,
even though you didn't, this is considered a mistake. I still think the idea remains where when somebody pincers you, the idea is to get strong and then to counterattack, right?
yeah,
So I think you were fine. You could have pushed one more time, I'm
yeah,
sure, and
yeah,
then done it. I would answer 100%. If I don't answer, this is too
yeah,
painful.
yeah,
So you could have pushed. You get that push in anyway, so it's fine. I was expecting you to play up.
mm-hmm.
And I think it's just
I
because
think it would
it's
have been
much
better
easier
shape.
to like make a base. But
Yeah,
honestly, I think it's fine. You kind of got the same result. These running battles can be somewhat my weakness, so it could have gone either way, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I was hoping that we'd get a stronger player, but I don't think Raven's going to be able to make it. So I did
That's
message him.
that's okay.
Uh, let's see. But I don't think I'll tell you where I thought I saw some mistakes. I really don't think any of these are mistakes. This is hitting a good shape point, right? Opening up this cut.
Yeah,
So I have to respond. This,
that felt a little weird. N4 felt a little weird when I played it,
yeah, if
but it was to help
I
get out.
understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand you don't want to answer here, but normally breaking the tiger's mouth is the correct shape. And when we look back at the game, like if you did this, then I wouldn't have been able to kill everything, right? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I think leaving this was a little risky. Like, yes, it doesn't work right now, but I just need like one move out
Later
here, and
on.
then all of a sudden this works.
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
So for defect wise, it might have been better just to break the tiger's mouth.
Okay.
I did think it was weird, which then made me answer weird. 100% I should have answered here, because now you can see there's really not much black can do. Even if we go like this, it just feels better for white, in my opinion, than what happened in the game.
Yeah.
But you played a wonky shape, and then it made me feel like I should play a wonky shape. Yeah, so that was the answer. Raven just messaged me, said he's in bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. This is still plenty helpful for me. Just kind of knowing the mentality, knowing what my opponent was thinking about at the time. Like I think that's hugely helpful too.
Yeah.
So
And to me, I just don't really see too many mistakes as of yet. Like, we're still,
right.
in fact, I see
Yeah.
white making a big mistake here. Maybe this is a mistake or minor mistake, just out of shape, but it looks like what you did was fine because it works now, right? And
Yeah.
so, and it helps you get out. Um,
Yeah, and
so yeah,
keeping your groups separate was like big W for me conceptually. Like that was what I wanted. That's
right, right.
exactly what I wanted.
Um, so yeah, when you got this, it was an A+ move. There was no doubt in my mind that, like, I was like, okay, this was bad. So this is like a big mistake in my opinion. But we continued on. If I was asking a stronger player, like if I should have connected, that would be my question. Because
A
when I
solid
play
connect.
this,
Yeah.
it opens you up to ladders, which means you get the first
Yep.
free move. So instead of playing something like this, you easily could have come out here,
Again.
because now it opens this ladder up, right? And if I want to protect this points and I play this, well, now all of a sudden I
Uh
can't do what I want here,
oh, I guess you're
right?
right. Yeah. You want to see a
And
really crude move that I was about to play is L8, just like
Ellie,
straight up L8 and
just
then
play it.
no L8 8 actually and then
Oh, this one.
M8 because it's looking at a double cut. It's hella ugly. It's really ugly, um but I'm wondering how it would have went.
If you played this move, my first, without doing any reading, my first reaction is
It's got to be KA, right?
probably play this one. Because if you come down,
Oh,
I can just sack the one stone,
I would
right?
have.
And then played something like this.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I was reading you playing K8 instead of M8, and I was like, I could have made a really ugly cut, by extending to M8.
I mean, so here,
But
okay,
yeah,
like this.
yeah, because then it's
Mhm.
looking at K9 and L7, but it's just one of those things that's not actually a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. My vital
It's very
point is
crude.
your vital point, right? So you wanted M8, so it makes me want M8. Because then
Yeah.
no matter how you respond, White's gonna be able to connect to his buddies, and then like it's like he already has a hugging move against you.
Well, okay, but what about J8 now then?
JH, then White can just connect here. And
And
once again, I'm
then
not too
well,
concerned
and then
about
I cut
this.
at M9 then,
And
and
then
then you're out,
let's see,
but my group's maybe a little safer.
would you come out?
I would do M10 here,
And then we could play something like
and
this or
then
like this. Or
yeah.
we can play one more time, I think. I'd have to read it, but essentially what I'd have to read is if this cut works for you, right? And the idea is that there's a lot of Aji on these groups, and
Yeah.
I'd have to read each one of them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if Black saves himself here,
Then
um,
how's that ladder work? Yeah.
right? Like, does the ladder work at all? It might not.
It looks
So
dangerous. It looks
uh,
at least
yeah,
dangerous.
I'm sure it would be fine for black. And so if this cut doesn't work, then we would play something like this or like this.
Right.
And now now we're fine, or if we play like
Well,
if we play like
07.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then if I cut through
So
it, I would only do that if I was planning on actually playing P8. Because you shouldn't push and then not cut.
mhm,
And then that would have
right.
been a
And then
mess. That would have been really kind of wild. Probably not good.
yeah, I think it still looks good for white, but
Yeah,
it's a whole different game.
totally. Man. Okay, cool.
Um,
Thanks for looking at that. I was so close to playing it.
yeah, I think
This
this
feels
is
weak.
just
Yeah.
yeah, this is just the wrong move. I
Yep.
think like you
Yep.
playing this forces white to have to fix his ladder.
And then I can
Um,
come out.
you and then you could take the move if you wanted to, or make some
Yeah.
eye shape,
Yeah.
or even better, like you can come down here now and start attacking like this.
Yeah, and that's as long as I'm confident that my other group's gonna live, because it almost
Mm,
didn't. The left's black
true.
group.
I think you're too concerned about trying to connect to this group. If you just like make local
Just make better
living
shape.
eye shapes, yeah,
Okay.
I think you would have been more than fine, right? Like, um, I really think like
Yeah, I
you
think
had a
you're
lot of
right.
eye potential,
I think you're
but
right.
because, yeah, I think you focused on connecting, and then that didn't help you, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so this looked super slow and it felt slow, but I was very happy because it fixes my cut, right? Now there's no
Yep.
cut. And so
Yeah.
so that makes
Very
me
nice.
question whether I should have just played here from the start, because I'm so worried about this, and you could get such a good result from just this one move. Because if I protect this, you get to do something over here.
Yep.
If I protect this side, then you get to play the cut immediately. So it felt and I guess technically oops, I could sack this stone just like I originally
Oh,
planned to. But it still feels like black is really happy he's like getting in between these two groups.
yeah. I get to keep pushing you around.
Yeah, and you always have this for later or this, but you because of this weakness here, this actually is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Which I discovered.
yeah.
Learned the hard way for sure.
So yeah, this might
Okay.
be like talking about mistake wise, I think
Yep.
this is like maybe one of your first major ones, and
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure how
agree.
much or how little, but it just didn't feel like it was what you could, it didn't feel like what we were doing, right? Every single
Yeah.
move we did was pressuring each other's on
Yep.
the fight, and
And
then
it's
all
very
of a sudden,
loose.
yeah, all of a sudden there was like no pressure on this one, so then we're happy for white. Now, mind you, I took a very slow move, but it did fix all my problems, which I was happy about. And then I even got this move. So now you can see I'm starting to get like a huge territory, and attacking 1 and 2 is leading to very large areas for white.
Yep.
So this is like the true way to attack, right? It's not to kill anything, but to profit while fighting. And so
Yeah.
you playing these two slow moves kind of changed the game here.
Yeah.
And I'll just really quickly check with the computer to just see the score difference after move 59. It's probably
Yeah.
not as big as I think, but
It just went
so it's
down
six
steadily.
points.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So this when you played this, all of a sudden I was 7 points up.
Hmm.
And then when you played this, I was like 6 points up. So the idea is that white's now ahead, and it's starting to become harder and harder um, for
Yep.
you if white's already ahead, right, by a decent amount.
Yeah. Because those
Um,
aren't easy to reduce at all.
yeah. So universal advice, not just this game, but hopefully affects every game you play.
Hmm.
When you're competing and fighting like this, you want to continue to keep the pressure on your opponent. I know that you were worried about the safety of this,
Yeah.
but you still have ways to get out, make local eye shape, right? And so there's still plenty of things that you can do to gain at least one eye down here and one eye especially in here. With one move, you can still attack and like put up
Yeah.
a lot of eye space. But this move,
Yeah.
it's like I said, we rooted out. You probably wanted to connect to this,
Yes.
and that's the problem. So for your all your other games, always remember to continue the fight. Um, but now that I saved myself and got all the territory,
Yeah.
it's very happy game for white now.
Yep.
These moves I think were fine. I don't have too much of a problem with them.
As my attempts to
Uh,
keep the fight going after I didn't, after I lost
yeah,
that pressure,
yeah.
I was
After
like,
you gave
maybe I
me
can start it
two
again.
moves, yeah, now you started the fight again. But I still think they were fine. This was a little nerve-wracking for me. I was curious how this was going to go. I was wondering if you could do anything else, like not
Mm.
this move, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
something like this. And I wasn't sure how to
Interesting.
handle it.
Yeah, that
Like,
looks. Yeah,
yeah, if I
that
have
looks
to, like,
nice. Whoa.
yeah, this,
Whoa. Wow. That's like so different. That's so incredibly different.
would I answer these moves like this as white? No, I'd have to think
Um.
about it a lot. But I was really curious for
Right.
black to threaten this cut and then threaten to come outside, right? And
Yep.
then if I like play something like this, now you're out, right? If I try and seal you in, you're still out, right?
Yep.
And so it feels maybe white would be okay, but I would have to do a lot of reading here.
For sure.
So I was curious how bad this move was and how good black could play here. So just out of curiosity, I'm just going to take a quick look at the computer to see how bad it was for white. So it was like a negative 3 point move playing what I did. And playing your move is the blue move, and playing this is a green move. So looks like both of them are fine.
Cool. Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, man. This is when I started falling apart, like mentally, because I played J11 so I could get out, and then I still couldn't get out.
yeah.
It's very disappointing.
Yeah. This is I'm sure you know the large knights move weakness is this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to make sure to keep your eye on that. And
Totally.
it looked like white was going to be okay. I thought you would just keep harassing me, right? And so that you made your eye spaces. And
Yeah.
maybe you tried to do that. This move didn't look like it worked at
It
all to me.
was no. It was like almost. There's like almost something. Still with your idea, like you're saying, trying to make eye space, but that was the wrong place to pressure it. That yeah, L8 looks a lot
It
better.
Yeah, I think it could be. I mean, once again, I don't know how to answer it just right away. If we play something like this actually doesn't work, right? Because you can save yourself, and now I'm cut. Although this
No,
becomes a
because
whole different thing.
but then you're oh, I mean that looks
It's a
nice for black.
yeah, it looks like it's a whole different thing. Um, but yeah, I could tell this move
Yeah,
wasn't right.
yeah, wasn't it?
Um, So this one would have been nice, probably. At least it looks like it leads to something that could be confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I
if you're
also
worried
yes,
about dying here, then you could pressure from this side and just make eye space here.
totally. I want to note that this is also the point where I was in my Byoyomi.
Mhm.
And 30 seconds, I just need to get faster because, like, yeah, this is when I started making moves that, like, don't make sense. Like, from J11 and onward, because I use so much
Yeah.
time at the beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
That makes sense.
Not as an
For
excuse, but to like for awareness of like I need to learn how to use that time better.
I
But yeah,
thought this move was
yes.
A plus move. It took me back for a minute because you have a really good chance of connecting here, or you have a good chance of making two eyes here. So
Yeah.
I thought that was an A+ move.
Thanks.
This one confused me a little. I mean, I wasn't sure. Like, I guess you were worried if white plays something like this. But it didn't feel like the right timing. I thought for
Yeah.
sure that you should just focus on,
Yep.
making your two eyes.
Yep.
If
You're
white
right.
is so greedy that he plays this, you
Yeah.
can easily just make like
That
another
one.
eye here.
G5. Yeah.
And then as in the game, I didn't play this. I played here, I think, and then
Yep.
you lived at like some point.
Yep.
So you were fine, but yeah, this leads to an A+ move. These exchanges feel a little weird. I feel like they just strengthen white more than anything.
Yeah.
So they don't feel like they're just needed. Um,
Yeah, all of that is so weird. It was just flailing. It just felt like flailing, which I hate that feeling in Go.
yeah, yeah. I think
Uh,
you're fine.
yeah.
This is the first time I almost lost my Biyomi. So like I was literally at one, like 3, 2, 1. So I played this move, and I knew it was way too
Yeah.
slow. So this
Well,
is
yeah.
another A+ move, in my opinion, that you didn't like play anything locally here.
Oh, yeah, because I was alive. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like technically this comes into play, right? Like you could
Um,
just die here, right?
uh-huh.
Um,
I would have
or
let
if
the
you
3
connect,
go. Yeah.
yeah, it's big, right? Because
Sure, it
here's
is
six
big.
points,
Yep.
and here's 2, 4, 6, 7. So it's like 13 points. But
Yeah.
you knew that it was slow, and then you played away. So A+ for you. I also knew it was slow. I didn't want to get rid of the Yomi. And then at this point, I think, and now the AI might disagree with the score, but I think that you were bringing the game back to yourself, because if you get all this, right, it feels just as good, if not better, than white just getting this, right? So
If I get the top, sorry, I don't see your mouse cursor. I apologize. If I get
oh
all the
oh yeah, yeah.
top, is that what you're pointing at?
Yeah, so if you get all the top, right, because you play
Yeah.
this move and
Yes.
then you enclose me off, right? If you get the whole top here,
Yeah.
it feels like it's just as good as this. And then this would arguably, C and B together probably would be better than A,
And
but it still
but
feels
it's
like you have a
close
chance.
enough. Yeah.
So for me, I would have
Yep.
been glad with the reduction. I would
Yep.
have like maybe tried, sure, solidifying stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, when you went for this, I was like, okay, this is a bit greedy.
Yeah, it
Um,
was, and I was laughing. Like I was literally laughing at myself as soon as we got here, like exactly here. I was like, oh, I mean, I that just lost the game, and it felt
yes,
really silly. Because Q2 would have been perfectly fine.
yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Q2 would have been perfectly fine.
Yep.
White had plays this. If white, I wouldn't play R2 right away, but
But
if
it's
you
there.
do, yeah, exactly. Like I'd probably try something in here, and then the game would rely on whoever wins this fight.
Yep.
And black has the total advantage in this fight. So,
At the top.
um,
Yep.
and whether white's leading or not, it would be pretty close regardless.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Um,
And
I
you're
don't
right that
know.
yeah,
Mhm.
it is greedy. Just making a psychological point about Go, and self-reflection too. Greedy, but also it's because I wasn't confident that the top was big enough to compete with your left and right. So I was like, then I have to. So it felt like I had to go beyond like the simple move. Like I felt like I had to
Mhm.
take a bigger risk in order to have to for it to still be a game. But I think that I was wrong. I think that was a miscalculation.
Yeah, I mean the computer has me up 26 points. It
Oh
sees
wow,
like some holes. It
yeah,
sees some holes in here, so you're not
it's a
guaranteed
lot.
all your points.
Sure,
But that's if I
but it
was as
wouldn't
strong as the
have.
computer, right?
Sure, sure, sure,
So
sure.
if I just made an invasion or something and I lose this invasion, I think the game would change to you winning. Um, and maybe there is some like cool Tetsujis where like I can break in a bit. Um, but one, I would have to find them. Two, I'd have to perform them well. So
Good point.
instead of going for the Hail Mary right away, you could have at least seen what you could do in here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, very good
but
call.
yeah, you went for this,
Yeah.
and then
And then freaked out.
let's see. Yeah, I think I think you could still save yourself. I'm not. Let me think. I don't know. I guess, yeah. I guess you. There's nothing really. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you should just play
Yep.
here because once you play this now, this opened up,
Yep.
and right, if you go to fix it, if you go to fix this, then white just wins here, right? And if you try and save the corner, then white just wins. So it's
Though
just a win-win
I
for white.
did forget that I was able to get out at M9. Like I did not
Over
even
here,
see
yeah.
that. Was like, wait, what? How did I miss that? But either way, once that bottom was cuz now I'm losing the L2 group, so it's just too much of a loss.
Yeah, the loss of the L group hurts, and then like if you do play M9, there's a lot of Aji now, right?
Yep. Yep,
Like even
way
if
too
we just
much.
play, yeah, even if we just play the most simplest things, um, you know, white
Yeah,
can gain quite a bit from all these weaknesses.
very painful.
Yeah, this would be too good for white, right?
Totally.
Um, so even if you did save this, it would have been really bad for you, I think. So yeah, that is the game.
Cool.
Um, if we recap like the most important stuff, one very early game, very easy to understand is if you have a strong build here, then you can definitely with confidence, either play this or play this. Like either way, it leads to the same result. But you can see you're just building two walls, and if white invades in here, you're going to have an advantage in fighting it. And if white doesn't invade in here, then you're just going to get a bunch of points, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense. You can heat up the stuff now. And I don't like this was a 0.5 mistake. I don't think it's a big deal. But
Yeah.
normally people do Tanuki here. So if you
Okay.
do get in this
Good to know.
situation,
Yes.
normally we go to the next part of the game, right? In opening theory, we always focus on the corners first. So computer recommended this one out of all of them, but I
Yep.
think playing something regular is more than fine too. Um, and it sounded like you felt like this was like a mistake, right? I think you felt white was getting more.
Which one? On which one?
And at this point with your move here,
Here,
we were discussing it, right?
I liked. I was still fine. Like I understood that this was okay. More just that I needed to find the right way to deal with it.
Mm.
Um, but it still felt even. It was more after the bottom left Joseki that I felt like I handled it wrong.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right,
If
yeah,
that.
because at
Yeah.
this point, white was only up by 1 point, so it
Yeah.
was definitely
Not worried.
even.
Yeah.
Technically, this was a 0.8 mistake, but I still think that's fine.
Mhm.
And oddly enough, for this is for my own memory, but I
Mhm.
think like the computer wanted me to play something like this, if I remember, somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Um, and that's fine. I'm not used to like just making points in Gote. I'm used to trying to make
Sure.
points with pressure.
Sure.
But when it's big enough, I guess it's just like go
Totally.
ahead and take it. It's
Well,
big enough.
imagine that. Imagine the D9 and then me approaching at E4 with you pincering. Now, you already
Mhm.
have a stone there and you're able to build on the bottom so much easier.
Yeah, that's very fair. It just makes this approach harder
Yep.
when white plays this
Yep.
way. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
I can see it.
Um, so that's something for me to learn. For you, modernly for me, I need to learn this now. Um, but even if we go back to old school,
Mhm.
we go back to old school, this is normally the move. Maybe you could be more conservative if you want, but
Mhm.
the idea remains, and I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
At our level, at 5Q to 1Q, I don't think it's a problem making this mistake,
Yeah.
which is just jumping in. But what happened was it did give white a lot. And so this particular game, it was kind of a big mistake.
Yeah.
Still, though, I think you did what you're supposed to do. Natural thoughts are you get strong and then you pincer. So
Yeah.
that was all good. But for me, I would play this way just naturally. Because later you get this anyway, right? So you have like a nice approach, and then you have like this, right? So but I'm not strong enough to tell you that this is wrong. I think it's fine. This was good. So we'll just skip a little ahead because I just wanted to recap the most important stuff.
Yeah.
I think your move is fine, but my natural like instincts always tell me to break the tiger's mouth. I guess this breaks the tiger's mouth too, though. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Yeah, and then these were the biggest mistakes. This is what changed the game for you.
Yes.
And then gave white like safety and big territory. And so now this is the most important part of the game, I'd say. So my advice to you was to keep pressure on your opponents, especially with white leaving something big and open like this. You could immediately like punish it because now white feels he has to either protect or get wrecked. So you kind of so you immediately get like a benefit out of this. And even if you were worried about this group safety, then you can come back. So you made the good exchange and then come back. Because if white takes the move that you did, right? Like usually we play moves to prevent our opponents from doing it. But if you played this and then white played away, like this is devastating.
Yeah.
This now helps you protect your group, right? Without you even having to worry. So
yeah,
even if you know, you get wrapped around, at least if you were worried about safety, here's your eye,
there's
right?
one more eye. Yeah.
And then you have this nice move for later to wreck this side. So that was the most important part. And I'd say that's it, dotquist.
Cool.
It's a fun game. If you ever want to play me, just let me know in advance and we can do this again.
Sweet. Yeah, I really appreciate it. The review is very helpful. Getting your thoughts on it. It's crazy what things become obvious after you play them and then after you see them. So
yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Very well played.
All right. I'm gonna end the Zoom, so take it easy.
Sounds good. You as well. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks. Bye. All right. Well, that was fun. Obviously, I wish I would have been able to follow all the way through with the W, as we always wish, but I learned something from that for sure. And the reading was like fun. Just when I'm under time pressure, I do not do as well, just like straight up, which I mean makes sense, probably true for anybody, but like it feels like especially for me that my play like kind of tanks once I get into the Byoyomi. So something to work on. If you're still here in the stream, I appreciate that. I'm gonna play one more game while I have some momentum, if I can find a good matchup here. What a tough game. This game just like you want to see how many games I've played? Just on OGS, I've played 1,658 games. That's a lot. And then there's onboard games, and then there's KGS games, and then there's Fox games, and there's computer games. There's games against myself. Like, that's a freaking lot. And to still feel like there's like basics for me to grasp is insane. And that's why I love the game also, but it's also why I hate it. it's that kind of thing where the better you get at it, like the worse you kind of feel. Those kinds of things tend to keep my attention. Dude, I was a freaking. I've been a. I've been a 2Q on this site, so to like not be able to play a 5K game feels actually pretty like pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's a shot to the pride. That's okay. Hour 3Q. I don't want an hour game. I actually haven't tried a game with absolute time. It sounds scary. I know chess players do that a lot. Don't think it's for me. Hope someone added chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Hmm. 2, 3. That's an interesting variation. Just getting some extra stones. Even just that one extra stone on the left side. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Okay. 7Q. 30 seconds per move. Well, that could be good practice, right? If they'll accept my rank, but I bet this person wouldn't. I'll just keep waiting around a little bit. Man, I really wanted to win today. What I didn't get to do that I was planning on this Saturday, this entire day, was I was gonna like go through Mikito's games, like his recent game log, and try to like find weaknesses that I could see in his game to like pick on. But I didn't end up doing that. I did other things. But it seems like, you know, and he was telling me that he's not super comfortable with like fighting. Like fighting is more of a weakness for him. So, you know, in some way I was right to get us in that situation. And it is something I like more. Like it, even though I'm not doing great, like following all the way through, I do feel like my instinct for starting a fight and keeping the pressure at least for a while like is there, and I enjoy it. Like I like that style, so I'd like to get better at that. Maybe next time. 13. There's not a lot of challenges. I guess we'll play a 7Q.
Game started.
There we go. Oh wow. Hello. Hi Daniel. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for bringing some people in. Think you were streaming earlier. If so, I hope it went well. Well, I guess that's what a raid would mean. I hope you won all your games. Oh. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. Hey, there you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've been consistently ranking down So what's it like? They were fine. So I did a streamer challenge with Mikito, and we had a pretty interesting fight. I ended up losing, just made some silly errors, but up until the errors, it was a very interesting game. It was very fun. Let's see. Here up. No one's played that crosscut on me before. So I feel like I did not answer that right. So if I go here and then he goes down, I can't do that either. But maybe I can do this. And then play R3 so I don't lose this stone. Let's see. But if I ladder and then he goes up, then and then I go this way, then it's like it could be fine. Let's see. It's not easy. It's not an easy read. But yeah, I'm in this phase. So I'm in this phase of my playing where I am losing a lot. Like I was a 2Q on this site, and I'm like, I have a 1 Dan AGA ranking. So, but I've been losing a lot because I'm like kind of reworking my game, kind of experimenting with new ways to think about my basics, and so I'm just losing a lot. But I don't feel like I'm playing worse. I just think I'm making mistakes that I'm not used to making. Hey Buzz Juice, how are you doing this evening? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. If he goes here, he goes down. I'll extend one more time. But if he extends again, we'll do a jump or a hane. I am glad to hear that. Obviously need to protect this. This is the better shape point. Oh. Great. I won't ask for your name, so you don't have to dox yourself. But I am not connecting the the screen name to the face right now. I apologize. But thank you for jumping in. Okay, awesome. Hello. Nice to see you in here. Do you ever stream? So, I don't want to hurt my... So, I don't want to hurt my other stones here by, like, pushing this group into them. And also, this is just, like, a lot of liberties, right? But I'm going to push one more time because that cut works for them. Cut works for black. And then I should counterattack over here, I think. If I play here, then I should expect, like, black, white, black, white, black, white, black. So, like, that might actually work. We're going to do this because I think the shape is just good enough. The problem is, again, like, I do have to take care of this group. And if black just kind of, like, keeps attacking this group, then is getting a lot in this corner. So I just need to safely get out with both of these. So how can I make this group safer? This move would be big. This to this, but then like I'm totally undercut. Again, I'm like relying on this reading being correct, that if he comes down, he ends up with only 2 liberties here. Versus for if I go here and he comes under though, it could actually be tough. So how dangerous is this? Maybe one more move here, or just a helping move. This seems slow, but it's safer. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll be fine. Let's cut one. Need to gain some more liberties here. What about, so if he Ataris and then I'm here and then I have to look at this cut. Push one more time and then this move. So now we're kind of trading this like, so now with me coming out, it's damaging like this group. So okay, he's actually like protecting it pretty well. I think you can do this. Yes.
Sorry, I'm gonna go to 7 brew coffee and get some coffee. Do you
Nice.
want anything?
I would maybe like just a small iced latte,
No flavors?
vanilla, and I do oat milk.
Oat milk. Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'll cash up you. Thank you. So here to here would be interesting. I have the ladder, so does this make a difference if he, I think we'll do this way. It doesn't make that much of a difference. BuzzJuice says I used to stream Elite Dangerous for funsies. Video synth performances. Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye out for those performances if you're planning on doing more, because I love me a good synthesizer. So yeah, this is just, Black does need to worry about this. Group management is kind of the name of this. This is a safer move. Wow. Okay. Take the OG and then come out one more time. Because now Black has to spend a move to protect this, like to take this ladder. This also means I can get out here, 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 here. Here it goes up, and then I can push out, which he won't really like. I could also just directly cut here. But we'll do this first. I will have only 3 liberties here, though. I do have to be like a little bit careful about that. But it should be no problem. Especially once I cut through. Yeah. This feels right. Yeah. Though I'm creating a new group for me to manage. But once I am like, should be fine. Though then I could lose this again. That's the only problem. But this is a bigger target. So we'll keep the pressure on it. So the big thing that the big lesson came out of the last game with Mitiko was if you're fighting, like, you have to keep the pressure. There were like 2 moves where I just made like very loose defensive moves just because I was worried about my group. Like, I wanted it to get out so I wouldn't have to worry about like reading for eyes and stuff. So I was just like trying to get out, but with those moves they weren't putting any pressure. They weren't putting any pressure on my opponent. So it let him get the initiative on me, and so he suggested that I really, like, if I'm in a fight, don't let up. Like, look for every pressure move that you can, which he's totally right. There's almost like a fatigue that you can get when fighting, that it's like, even if you're doing really well, that at some point you can just feel like, man, I don't want to fight anymore. Like, I was feeling a little bit of that. Okay, so all I have to worry about over here is like ladder breakers. I say all I have to worry about. I just straight up do need to worry about that kind of thing, though this stone is not saved yet. So just playing somewhere like this, I can secure this. So that's fine. If I do this, I'll just strengthen. So I don't really need to do that unless I'm desperate to save this group. So this would be here, here, here. Then he could Atari connect, and then I have to like swing around and then connect.
秒読み
But I think I can do it. Is that too ambitious? That's 4. It feels kind of important, to be honest, so that the right side doesn't get too big. So if he extends, I might do a Q13 type of thing. If he cuts, I'll cut back. Yeah, so is this actually stronger? Here, something like this. Then I can come around. One more time. Feels right. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Liberties. Is that more? Let's see. One more. It just seems excessive. But it is like life or death kind of stuff. So make sure I'm out. It's a fun running fight. This is good practice for like minding your shape as well. I'm curious if anyone in here, if they want to chime in, has anybody interacted with the course contact, what's it called? It's by Bruce Wilcox, and it's just like a course on contact, like this Go Dojo. It's something I'm working through
10,
right now,
9,
and it's
8,
really helping
7,
me
6,
think about
5,
fights.
4.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Have you finished them? Have you gone all the way through them? That's okay, that's true. That is true. Yeah, and it's like not super easy to like scroll the text and stuff. But however, as kind of clunky as the UI is, he was very thorough. It was very thorough, and I like that after he explains a concept, like he tests you on everything like immediately. It's like let's make sure you understood what I was saying. So anyways, I've started that course, and the main thing it's made me do is I count liberties like a lot more immediately. Like I'm very aware of the amount of liberties my stones have. He has this way of thinking about group stability
10,
that I think
9,
is helpful.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You know, so he'll like if a group has 5 liberties, he calls it stable. If it has 4, it's unstable. If it has more, it's super stable. And that's a really cool qualifier. It's a very helpful. It's a very helpful qualifier to have in your awareness. Okay, so
10, 9, 8.
So I haven't heard of
7,
Easy Go.
6, 5, 4.
I'm assuming that's his other course. I didn't even know he had one. But that's cool. All right, so with this move, he's like making sure that this isn't gonna live like too easily.
10.
My main
9,
thing is to just not
8.
let it connect to anything else. I probably could have looked at E3 as well, especially with him not like responding to my shoulder hit. Oh, wow. Okay. So, wow, that's like 40 years ago. I mean, I got the sense that like he's maybe been around a little bit, like this content's been around a little bit. But no, I had no
10.
idea. Expanded it into the course. Oh. Okay. That's great to know. Really? Okay, I should have looked this guy up. I just like kind of got his course and was like, all right, thank you. So that's great to know. Okay, I need to do some serious reading here. Q12 through Q14. 14.
9.
Cool. Thank
8,
you.
7, 6.
I appreciate hearing
5,
that. Okay.
4.
I've got
3,
time periods.
2.
That is a risky move. Okay, I made this move because why? I made this move because I don't think these stones can get as many liberties as this. But
10,
like, you know,
9,
watch me eat my
8,
words here.
7, 6.
If I do
5,
this, I'm expecting
4,
a cut through.
3.
Okay, that makes sense. That N12. Yeah. Okay, if he cuts. And I got this.
10,
Let's see.
9, 8,
I do absolutely have to
7,
keep these separated.
6, 5,
That felt wrong though. I think because this cut actually works. That's crazy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't work because it's an Atari. Silly. That's a silly misread. But I just need more liberties in this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's tough. If he goes here, I obviously have to connect, but then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But with some complications, right? So just gain liberties and then come back over here, I think is my idea. Okay, let me think about this, what you were saying again. You can think about Q12, etc. The keep the pressure on device, the sequence prove that the N12 connection was a true threat. That me being connected and getting out was a threat. Well, I think I'm having trouble putting into words what you're saying, like paraphrasing it, but I believe I understand. So how
10,
confident am
9,
I that this is
8, 7,
data?
6, 5,
So the main question there then is how. So if black has a way of increasing their liberties, then I have to. Can I also do the same thing? Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's see. This with a nose hit would be kind of rough. So should I just let him
10,
have this?
9,
1, 2,
8,
3.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I'm expecting a nose. Well, yeah, man. I was expecting D8. I don't know why I said man. Like I'm relieved, right? But I feel like it would have been. I feel like it was the more correct move, but I could be wrong.
10,
Now if I do this, now like F8 is a big deal. Because here, like if I play here, black doesn't really have a way to get more than 2 liberties. And then I'm out here. So, and that's another important thing to know is my group here was fighting not only against this, but also against this. So there's like 2 ways to win that liberty fight. I just have to win against one of those groups. Yeah, and I maybe got lucky about this one. Black should resist. This group should be fine on the left, so I'll want to be, yeah. I do need to be sure that I'm winning this. If I'm alive, one, two, three, four, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
the reason I'm doing this is because it does keep pressure on this left, but like he's gonna be fine. I don't
10,
think it matters.
9,
I could read it, be sure that it matters or doesn't matter. But I did not.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
His group's going to be fine now with 2 eyes, but there are 2 cutting points here. And I don't think black can save both of them. Still assuming I'm okay, I could strengthen this first and then try to make a cut. And I think that'd be smarter because this isn't all the way alive.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I jump out one more time. E12 felt too high, but it probably would have done more to connect to this group. I don't need to respond to that. But what do I get from responding to it? Okay, again, here can connect, or sorry, can cut at either side.
10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feels like an overplay. Where are the weaknesses here? Are there any? He's really pretty strong now.
10, 9, 8,
So this would get
7,
rid of an eye.
6, 5.
Am I wrong about that being able to run out? Maybe. Here, 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 here. Atari. Into a ladder.
10, 9,
Ooh, look at this.
8, 7.
It's ambitious. How many did I read out? I read. I think I'm wrong. But. Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So here, 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 and then I'm going to have 3 liberties. He's going to be able to come out and get 3. I think this reverts to like the same issue, right? Is there's the whole like Atari to Atari to Atari thing, and eventually something dies. If anything, I lose these, but I'm able to cut off all of this, and I've made my profit on the left side. And this is territory he had anyway. So, okay. Remember, this isn't fully alive. Read this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would come down and have
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Here's a forcing move, just taking forcing move, but I need to protect this. In fact, so what would have happened if black played there? Then I think I could have got out, but this is tough. So
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I'm okay here. Am I not? Wow, that super sucks. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so this is starting to connect underneath. if he... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move. Okay. 1, 2,
10,
3, 4.
9, 8, 7.
I should have made this cut. I'll make this trade.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Don't. That would take my liberties away.
10,
Then 1, 2. This got so messy so fast. That would be forcing. Let me make a trade. Wow. So I should have just been safer and just taken the stone while I had a ladder. I did read it, but not far enough. I read it till about H18. And then just needed to read a couple more moves. Is all. N12. The logic about N12. Ah, man, I don't know when you posted this. So I don't know which movie you're referring to. It kind of goes back in time, but the logic... Okay, about N12, I see. Works... Okay. You're saying like a move that happens later on, like working, can show... Can like kind of prove to you why earlier moves were correct in a way. Like if your moves are correct earlier on, then the later moves will like do what they're supposed to do. Cool. No, that I really like that thought.
9, 8.
Okay, I still have this.
7,
let's look
6,
at territory.
5,
Okay.
4, 3.
I want to see Black's idea here. I'm curious. I know like there's Aji here, but if he lets me just settle C15, is he gonna cut? I'll cut you first.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay, do it. I want him to do it. I want to read this out. So C16 to like D17 to C17 to C18 would be maybe living. Okay. Okay,
10,
in a second,
9,
I'm going to ask you more
8,
about that.
7, 6, 5, 4.
So this is a word that I haven't heard before, Tawari analysis. Is that like what you were just talking about, essentially? Ooh, it's kind of clever. But I have a ladder here now. Don't I? Yeah, I do. Unless he protects here. That's okay. Yeah, and maybe that's just something for me to look up too. I'm also like totally happy to do that. Okay, then Tawari is when you invert the order. Oh, okay. Yes, and that is something that I've seen a lot in commentary where they'll swap out a move or like kind of like zoom forward a little bit and then show how like something looked. Now it looks slow. Like now this stone looks clunky because later this is gonna happen. And that always blew my mind. Like whenever I see a commentator do that, yeah, I mean it feels like they are time traveling. Well, and you are, if you can read far enough, then like that's kind of what you're doing. You're like prophesying these like likely futures. Yeah, it just makes a lot of sense. You are dead, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't always work, but it is a good. It's like a good efficiency of. It's a good measure of efficiency. Is the main like thing I'm hearing. What I'm gathering. But like your technically most efficient move isn't like always the move that needs to be played in a specific situation. I have coffee. I should not. Why I'm drinking coffee at 11 p.m. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, this just doesn't work. I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. And now you're hurting this, and now this might die. That's really sad. But I appreciate this fight. Like I really do. I see. So if you can separate this,
10,
this has to live on
9,
its own.
8, 7, 6, 5,
So I can look at eye
4,
potential.
3.
I have this forcing move. I have the cut. Maybe he'll see this cut and protect it. Should I just do it now then? Just right here. Doesn't that kind of hurt? But then it's this group versus all of this. So let me first. Okay. I'm going to offer him. He can just connect here. Wow. Okay, well I'll take this. That's fine. This is still gonna die too. These are all alive, so it doesn't. I don't really care that you can take my H12 stone. I have all of this has too many liberties against this. Now that I captured that, so that like that trade worked out for me and that it made me safer. Really, black should probably resign now. Though I guess okay. So now there's this like final liberty raise here. But not really.
10, 9.
Yeah. All I have to do is keep these separated. There's like a few different ways to do this, but if shoot, that was a misclick. But if he plays here now, I have to worry about this. But it's not more eyes, you know. It's kind of scary, actually. So here to here, hey, thank you. I like your name. That's awesome.
10, 9.
Thanks for the follow.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my god. Guys, did he just connect? Oh my god. I like lost my focus like really bad. What I was supposed to do was like L1. Holy shit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Okay, but I can take this
5,
here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So I need to play this. I need to be really, really careful. Yeah, let's just okay. Here's the safest move I can make right now, and he just. Is there something crazy I'm not seeing? Here, and thank God. That was a really bad misread. If he plays here, then I have to play here, then I have 2 liberties. This is why I had to leave this. Yeah. And then he goes back and lives there. Good. Okay. So I have this left side. I have here. It's severely undercut. I have some points here, but black, like all the profit I had down here is gone. This is to hopefully still save these stones. Yeah, that was rough. Okay, that makes, because of B's cutting point at R2, starts at O1. Because of that, okay. I am absolutely going to look at that.
Ten, 9,
Okay.
8,
I need to look for bigger
7,
moves.
6, 5, 4.
To buy me some time. Oh my god.
Ten, 9,
Guys.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Guys.
3, 2.
Well, I can take the bottom now. Just take the bottom. But I have to live. Okay. Okay. That was really bad. That was like really
10,
embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This dying.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Where's my shape point? I don't even have a shape point. Make another trade. But I just lost all that middle. Okay. Hello. This would be just like trying to do a trick move. I need to cover at S10. I need... Okay, yeah, are there winning conditions is the question now. Are there? So, big top left. That's good. I have the bottom again. That's good. I have a big top right. Still undercut. And black has this like entire center. And they didn't even have to play that, so thank you for not playing that. We'll just, you know, if yeah. If I miss some things, you know, maybe they can miss some things. So we'll take this endgame point. There's a slight difference there, I think. And there might have been some weird Aji here to gain a few more points, but interesting. That's so frustrating. I'm really frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. But we gotta make the best of it. Gotta make the best of it. And I should test my. I should see if should count a little bit. So bottom left, he's not gonna live here. That would be insane. I wanted that move. I'll take it. What is Black's best move here? I think I've made many an invasion like this where I was like, maybe I could live, but it's just straight up not gonna work. Yeah. 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 I hope you guys are enjoying the roller coaster. My emotional roller coaster. It's weird to like be playing like, maybe you guys can relate to this. Here's my theory. There's like, I'm gonna call it the curse of the autodidact. And what it is if you teach yourself, if you're teaching yourself, inevitably there are going to be things that you learn that are like kind of out of order. Like, whoa, that's weird. Okay, let me finish explaining here. That would be crazy. What? Oh, it's a coat. I mean, it's a coat. But what if I just took it? What happens then? Then here and then like there. But I don't have two eyes, so.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. What a fight. He's a fighter. As he should be. So what are my co-threats? Do I have any left?
10, 9, 8, 7,
Do I have anything?
6, 5, 4, 3.
There's one. I think I'm on my lot. No, I have 2 periods. Let's go. Okay, so a move like This would be so. This is such a big ko. So what else do I have? It's too big. But what else do I have while I have time? While I have seconds. Is there any way to
10,
save this group?
9, 8, 7, 6,
Not really.
5, 4,
Here's a co-threat. It's bigger than that. For black at least.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I don't think they make a difference. So I get one more over here for a kill threat. There's this to take away. It's like a 6-7 point value here. But this is, I mean, this is so big at the top. Okay, to finish my thought. When you're teaching yourself, sometimes like you are just like randomly coming across information, and you can like observe things that are actually past your skill level. Like if a teacher was teaching you, they would teach you in a different order than what you're teaching yourself. And because of that, there's like, I think you have a more sporadic learning curve. It's more up and down. This would have been bigger. I just kind of did that automatically. I wasn't thinking. I was going to say, yo, this is already all dead. It's so dead. But yeah, I think it's the curse of the autodidact, is that you sometimes learn information that you don't quite know how to use yet. And I'd say, like, with my Go journey, there is a lot of like, I started off and just like loved watching professional games, and that was good for me. Like, I got a sense for like the language in a way, like what looks good and what looks clunky, and I got a sense for like the opening rhythm.
10,
But there's a lot
9,
of things that like I couldn't explain why they were right, and that means inevitably I'm going to misuse some of the information that I learn. Anyway, so I'm going through this Bruce Wilcox course, and it feels like it's something that I should have read way earlier on, like at least in my first year, of playing. And but now that I'm trying to like reintegrate some of that stuff, I feel like I'm not thinking about some of the other things I was thinking about that was working. What is it that sounds good for you? If I'm over explaining, I apologize also. I do that sometimes. As in finding it early. Yeah. Yeah, I think like his concepts are really strong. What's black going for here? Like looking for another eye, so do I have to respond? Probably not. But there's like
10, 9,
I don't
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
he can't make another eye. This stays a hinge point, so A14 stays falsified. So I'm just being extra safe there. Yeah. Yeah, the proverbs are real and they're good, but yeah, a lot of them didn't make sense until after I read
Remove the dead stones.
the contact wisdom from Bruce. So this turned out to be big enough. Thank goodness. That was crazy. That was kind of wild. Are we missing anything? Yeah, that was definitely a roller coaster. I definitely slipped up, like got a little too relaxed at some points in the end game, which is probably a streaming thing too. But yeah, good game, sir. Good game, Soap. Is that rude if I call him Soap?
You have won.
Good game, Soap. Okay, so I stayed ahead. I was like 100 points ahead. And then what was this thing? It was that little thing, of course. And then could I have still lived? No, it was just over. Okay, is that what I was talking about? The rule of 5 with like let me see if this is what you're talking about. In the course, it's like you don't want to, if you have 5 stones, you don't need to add more. Like then it's just becoming inefficient, kind of. I'm not explaining it well. I'm not putting into words well. I would love to hear. Yes. If a chain has 5 or more liberties, then it is thick and has almost. Yeah. Yes. That kind of blew my mind. It's so simple. So if it has 4 liberties, it's unstable. Yep. If it has 6, it's super stable. If it has 4 or fewer, yeah. And that was okay. So earlier, let me show you real quick. I don't feel like reviewing this game. That was just like, it will haunt me. I'm gonna go back really quick to my game with Mitiko. So at the beginning here, there's a situation where I would have been guessing in the past of when to leave this. So white pushes here, and we get into this fight. I'm aware there's some like Aji here, so I can't like do this double Hane. I would have been rough. But in this situation right here, it would be hard for a player to know like when should they leave this situation, especially when white pushes again. And my thought was, this group has 1, 2, 3, 4. This string has 4. Computer says I can Hane, and that's because there's weaknesses here also, I assume. But just coming out and then being like, okay, now I have 5, 6. I have 6, but if he pushes again, I just still have 5, and then I like know that I can Hane. Having that peace of mind with this was like night and day different for me in this game, because, well, and you can see like the shape, there's something about it that feels fine. It felt like I can breathe. Okay, you said you can use that lens and look at the classic Josekis, and they're very consistent with that idea. Yeah, and that's like Josekis that I know and patterns that I've seen before are making sense when I'm seeing fights between like professional players. it seems like they're using that in their own thinking, whether they are or not, or whether it's like, I mean, I'm sure it is, whether it's that conscious and forward, that's when it's like something they know. So yeah, that's my example from this game. This game was, man, it was interesting. So anyways, let me look at the time. It's 11:12. I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I actually remembered tonight that I'm gonna see if I can raid anyone else's channel. I don't actually know how to do this, but I'm gonna try to look for it right now. But as I'm doing that, as I'm looking for other, what do I have to do this in? And if anyone knows what button I should be looking for, let me know. But what I was gonna say is I'm always streaming on Tuesday evenings about 7 to 10. I'm gonna start doing some like reviews of professional games and live board reviews. It should be fun. I'll look at the Go category. Someone's playing viewers. That looks fun. One of a kind is doing life and death stuff. That could be kind of fun. She's also really responsive in the chat and stuff. Let me see if I can figure out how to raid this. But yeah, anyways, thanks again for jumping in. I know a lot of you are here from Daniel's stream, so I really appreciate you giving me some time and your input. I actually like that was very clarifying, like a lot of what you were saying, MX. Like very, very helpful for me to hear some of your analysis of what was going on. I really appreciate that. Let me see. Raid. I just can't find the raid button. Oh, I know where it would be. Creator dashboard, I think. But yeah. Yeah, you're so welcome. I'll be back. I hope to see you around again. Raid channel. I found the button. One of a kinds. There we go. We're coming in. Where'd my window go? Here's... Huh? How does this work? Come on, muted.